Joining us now is the former one light heavyweight and one middleweight world champion, Aung La N Sang. Nice to see you, brother. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Gianni. How are you?
Very good. Aung La, how's the travel been coming back to Singapore?
It's good, easy. Just a 2-hour layover in Doha. So we're back here.
Man, I gotta say, you look really healthy. You look in a great mood. Is that how you're feeling right now?
I feel fantastic, man. I can't, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be able to do what we do, and just healthy and ready to go.
Tell us about the beard. What is the new look?
No, man, it's staying on until I get my belt back.
Yeah, let's go. I like it. Aung La, we got questions from the media all over the world ready for you. Our first one is from Jack Godzilla of Top South Sports. Jack, please go ahead.
First of all, I want to say I love the beer, Aung La. That's awesome. And next, I want to talk about how your opponent said that you disrespected his striking and that he wants to prove to you that he can beat you with striking. Do you think that's all talk, or do you think he's actually going to come out there and try to strike with you?
I never disrespected him. I said he has a lot of power. But I said I'm a cleaner striker, but I don't know. We'll see. If you watch my last few fights, I don't think he's going to follow through with that game plan.
And do you have a prediction of how you see this fight going? Do you think you're going to get a finish, or do you just want to get a win any way possible?
First and foremost, I want to win, but I always look for the finish, and I believe the finish is going to come when I pressure him.
Do you see the finish being a knockout, or are you going to finish him by submission?
It'd be a knockout.
Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Next question will go to Drake Riggs of My MMA News. Drake, please go ahead.
Good to see you, Aung La. Saw you down in Sanford last weekend. You were training with Rory McDonald. Just wanted to, ask you, what is it like training with Rory? Because, of course, another guy who's former champion, great experience like you. What is it just like getting to train with a guy like him?
It's great. His transitions are very on point. Moving around with Rory, he mixes things really well. And sometimes as a martial artist, I have a tendency to just work on my striking, or just work on my grappling, or just work on my wrestling. And I sometimes forget, the transitional parts. With Rory, he's very smooth on the transition, and it's helpful. He's a little bit smaller, but a lot quicker. So for me, it's he helps me out a lot.
I can imagine. And, for you, how soon are you kind of hoping to get back to a title fight, or are you just really focused on what's right in front of you right now?
Yeah, I'm focused on what's right in front of me. I just want to stay active, man. Like I said, like a year ago, I just want to become a better mixed martial artist, put on great shows for the fans. I really have nothing to prove, just to anybody but myself, to be a better mixed martial artist, to put on shows for the fans. That's what my life calling is right now.
Of course. So I imagine then you're hoping to fight again before the year's over after this one.
Yeah, hopefully 2 more times. We'll see.
Of course, man. Well, best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next question will go to Ivan Saldageno of Dugout Philippines. Ivan, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Gianni. So, Aung La, you recently lost your title last April. So, does that ease out the pressure ahead of your fight against Leandro?
Does it ease the pressure? There's always pressure, There's always pressure to do better. But I handle pressure pretty well. I just have to put on a great show, and that's all I want to do. Every fight, you have a lot of pressure. You can ask anybody on the card, top to bottom. Everybody has pressure. In fact, Teal Tang is my, I kind of mentor him, and I'm like his big brother. I'm sure he has a lot of pressure too going in the fight, but at least we get to do what we love, and that's one thing that I'm very grateful for.
Any more questions?
Did I answer your question? Did I answer your question about pressure? every fighter on this card is going to have pressure, top to bottom. So do I feel like I have more pressure, or do I feel like I have less pressure? It's a 3-rounder, for one, it's a 3-rounder. So I'm going to have fun.
Thank you for your question, Ivan. We're going to move along now. This next question will go to Tom Taylor of Bleacher Report. The question is this: what has changed in your camp? What adjustments did you make to address those holes in your game that led to the losses?
I work a lot on my wrestling, my grappling. I work a lot with body types that gives me a hard time. And just just choosing really tough rounds, and just working with a lot of great guys at Sanford helps me, and working late nights with my trainers and my coaches, and trying to fix my holes. Just become a better overall mixed martial artist. Like I said, like I lost, but it's okay. I'm learning through the losses, and I'm trying to get better. We train and we spar so hard. Like these fights, they don't take a lot out of me because of the preparation. So I just want to become a higher level performer and a better mixed martial artist.
Thank you for that, Aung La. This next question will go to Chris Mancuso of Tops Off Sports. Chris Mancuso, please go ahead.
Hi, Aung La. Thanks a lot for your time, man. Digging the bearded guy myself. So seeing it come out looks great. Now, I want to go back to the training. You're at Sanford. It's an amazing gym. Obviously, you're looking to get things back on the right track. What specifically were you looking to really hone in on to change? And were there specific partners you wanted to use within like the ecosystem of Sanford, knowing that there's so many great guys there? Were there like certain guys that you decided to pick for this fight specifically to train well?
I worked with guys that are explosive and strong, because Leandro is kind of like that. If you look at the body type, kind of like Phil Hawes type, Ian Heinich type, Impas type, the guys that are physically strong and imposing, and I work with them a lot. I don't shy away from challenge. I don't shy away from being the nail myself, and it's okay with that. I don't know which interview it was, but there was an interview that Leandro said I was scared of him, and if you know me, like I have never in my career turned down a single fight, and that kind of doesn't sit well with me, but it is what it is. For this fight camp, I used a lot of body type similar to his, like I mentioned earlier.
Awesome. And I just wanted to go back to that point. He said a few things. He actually went and trained with Renier de Ridder. Does that motivate you to want to step through him and then get back at Renier de Ridder and get that belt back for the people back home?
I think that's the silliest thing that you could do, as a contender and as a guy that almost beat Renier. Like, I think that's the silliest thing that you could do. It shows his mental weakness, I don't know what Renier is going to teach him, but like a body type is stylistically, and body types gives you issue, but his body type's nothing like Renier, so it doesn't really matter, But if he does train with Renier, this is going to make it it's going to make it weird for him. But whatever, he can do what he wants.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Great luck.
Next question goes to Kyle Siegel of Going Live Podcast. Kyle Siegel, please go ahead. Can you hear us, Kyle?
Sorry about that. So, hey, Aung, this is Kyle Siegel from the Going Live Podcast. We're big fans. We just had a question. We've been following you for years. You've been the face of one, you know, you had this unfortunate bad luck where you had to face the same opponent, you know, 2 fights in a row. What's your ultimate goal now? You know, are you focused on the middleweight championship? Are you focused on the light heavyweight championship? You know, what are your thoughts?
As far as my body type go, like as far as for my body, middleweight is the best. So I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna try to be the best version of myself. Put on great shows to the fan. I'm gonna stay at middleweight, and I will get my belt back. Um, like everybody has setbacks. You know, everybody has setbacks. Everybody fall, but it's how you deal with your challenge is what matters. You know, and I did it once, and I'll do it again. And I promise you that I'll get my belt back.
That's great to hear, Ong. You know, we're big fans over here in Los Angeles, California. We did have a question. Did you feel like it was, you know, not necessary when you had to fight for your second belt against the same opponent? I mean, what were your kind of thoughts? You know, he took one belt away from you, and then you had to fight him for your second belt.
No, well, I wasn't supposed to fight him. I was supposed to fight Vitaly, you know, a trilogy fight. And then when I got to Doha, somehow Vitaly has COVID, and they changed the opponent. And in my head, I'm like, oh, what? But like, I'm always down. I don't care. Like, if I say I am who I am, I should be able to face whoever. And I have never turned down a fight in my whole life, and I will never ever turn down a fight in my whole life. I'll fight anyone and at any time. And you know, for me, it is what it is. I have to be better. I have to, you know, how everybody has like a fighter that like stylistically matches up bad against them, you know. And for me, Renier is the guy that stylistically is a bad matchup. But he's got to do what I've done already, you know. He's got to defend his title multiple times like I have, and he might never be able to do that, you know. But if he is, good for him. And I'm more focused on me becoming a better mixed martial artist and being able to deal with any of my weaknesses, you know, improve on my weaknesses and become a better mixed martial artist, and put on great shows for the fan. That's my main goal and main objective right now.
Thanks, Ong. That's why you have fans in Los Angeles, California.
Thank you
We
so
wish
much.
nothing but the best for you. Thanks.
Next question will go to Ranjith Ravindran of Locker Room.
Hi, Ongla. So just wanted to check. You already mentioned about the fight between against Vitaly that got cancelled. So, in future, where do you see the fight fitting in when we go forward?
Maybe next fight, you know, after this one, but we'll see. It's really up to one championship. Whoever they put in front of me, like, I have 14 fights in one championship, and I have never turned down a fight. I've never turned down a fight against anybody. And that's just who I am. And I don't call people out, but I know a lot of people have called me out when I was a champion. And so let's make those fight happen. You know, Vitaly Big Dash, we can do a trilogy matchup after this. But I want to stay active. I've been training. You know, I've been trying to become a better version of myself. Like I've never claimed to be the best, but I'm always down for a scrap.
Okay, one more question. So this fight with Leandro has been making in 4 years. So do you think it's a bit late, considering you guys have been around for a long time now?
No, I think it's perfect time. No, it's perfect time. He's healthy. I'm healthy. We're more skilled now, and I think it will make for a great fight.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Ongla, and all the best for the fight.
Thank you so much.
Our next question goes to Dylan Bowker of My MMA News.
Hey there, Ong La. I appreciate you making some time.
Sure, Dylan.
I'm just curious because earlier on you specifically mentioned that this one is a 3-rounder, and also you said you really want to apply that pressure. I mean, you always really bring it, but just those two factors considered there. I mean, do we see the most action-intensive Ong La that we've seen in the one circle in a while?
For sure. Like last couple of fights, I felt like I was too on the defensive end, and it just wasn't a fun fight. You know, like I felt more like a grappling match than anything. I really hope, Leandro throws down and we make a good fight. Like I want him to really try to hurt me and I want to make it exciting for the fans.
And just as a quick follow up, because I saw the Instagram pad work video you had there with Henry Hooft the other day, and in the comment section, Sadiq Yusuf was saying the beard adds about plus 15 power on the stats. Can you confirm or deny?
My boy Sadiq, he's right, man. It's all business here and savage down here.
Thanks for the time, man.
Thank you, then, man.
Our next question will go to Ivan Saldageno of Dugout Philippines. Ivan, please go ahead.
All right. Before I ask my follow-up question, Aung La, you actually answered my first question earlier, so it's fine. So my follow-up question is, after assuming you win on Friday night, are you looking forward to have a rematch with Premier next?
It doesn't really matter. It depends on what one championship says. If I do, I'll prepare well for him. If not, there are still a lot of like great matchups there. Like we have earlier the welterweight champion, right? Karim.
Cameron Abasov.
Yeah. He Abasov. He said he's waiting for me. I'm here. If he's healthy, let's go for it. And I know Yoshi Okami is a legend, and he wants a match with me. There's so many exciting matchups, that we can do. A Big Dash trilogy matchups, like I'm not like I just want to put on great shows for the fan. I have a couple more years left in me where I want to be the best version of myself and put on exciting shows for the fans. I really have nothing to prove and nothing to prove to my haters or whoever the naysayers. I'm just blessed to be able to do what I do, and I want to do the best job at what I do.
So you're open to cutting down weight, move down to welterweight and fight Abasov?
No, he's got to come up. He's the one that he said he's the one that waiting for me. So he's got to come up to middleweight.
All right. Thank you very much, Aung La.
I don't think I can cut down to welterweight anymore. I've gained a lot of muscle since I went up to light heavyweight. So.
All right. Thank you very much, Aung La.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gianni.
Thank you. Our next question goes to Jack Gotzell of Tarpsoft Sports.
Before you were a professional fighter, you were a beekeeper, and you do so much charity work for wildlife in schools back in your home country. What does it mean to be a hero to your country and to be able to give back to them?
I don't see myself as a hero at all. I'm just a regular guy like yourself. I do have a lot of following on Facebook and such, so it's important for me to portray myself as a good human being and a good beacon. I do not see myself as a hero at all, and I hate the term hero, because it puts a lot of it puts me here when I'm just like yourself. I'm just a regular person, a father and a husband, and I just try to live my life simple and help those around me as much as I can. And so I don't like that term at all. To be called a hero, it's like it doesn't have a good connotation to me.
Thank you so much. I would say that you are very inspiring, though. Thank you.
One more question before we let you go, Aung La. Your predictions for this fight?
I predict that I'm going to get it done within the 3 rounds that we have, and I'm going to get it done in a very. It's going to be a very pressured fight and very exciting fight.
That's it from us, Aung La. Thank you so much for your time. Always nice to see you. Wish you all the best.
Yes, sir. I hope you guys are entertained on Friday night and tune in. And thank you for all the love and support, guys. Cheers.
That was our former 1 light heavyweight and 1 middleweight world champion, Aung La N Sang.